lanes are blocked westbound because of an accident.
We're told 3 cars and a truck were involved in this. Lanes are expected to clear there shortly. You can see at least one side of the road appears to be moving smoothly, but okay, I can see it now. Yeah, that other side is blocked out right now, but we're going to keep you updated as soon as we find more.
Also this evening, with COVID cases on the rise again, leaders in Augusta say fewer people are complying with the city's safety guidelines.
Right now, they're counting on everyone to do their part and take personal responsibility. And as Sierra Cummings reports, it's even more important now as we head into the holidays.
As the garland decorations come up, city officials found some are letting their guard come down. Fewer wearing masks, fewer in compliance.
Some of that may just be fatigue. We've been dealing with this for 9 months now, and it really is wearing on a lot of people.
As the holidays approach, so does the season for travel, shopping, and family gatherings. But with Richmond County at more than 8,600 COVID cases and more than 300 of them coming in the first week of November alone, Augusta leaders say now more than ever the public must follow safety measures.
We also have to look at the fact that we love our loved ones and we like to be around them. But if we be around them, there's a possibility they may not be here next year.
Despite officials seeing lower compliance across the city, we only found 4 formal complaints on file with Augusta 311, where people reported concerns of guidelines not being followed at businesses.
I still believe most people try to comply with the rules and regulations.
So far, the city says deputies have relied on encouragement instead of enforcement, like penalties up to $100 for not wearing masks.
I'm still very much in line with individual responsibility. I'm hoping that people will be responsible for themselves as well as just taking care of their fellow man. The whole purpose behind Mask Up Augusta was to encourage people to protect one another. That way we're able to keep our economy open.
Commissioners like these two are continuing the Mask Up Augusta campaign, public reminders through signage and billboards, while the mayor and the sheriff are set tomorrow to urge more COVID compliance across the city to avoid a major fall surge. In Augusta, Sierra Cummings, on your side.
Augusta leaders will hold that news conference tomorrow morning, and of course will be there. They'll stress the need to have a socially distant Thanksgiving and Christmas gathering, plus possibly extending the mask ordinance and changing those penalties.
In Aiken, city leaders are meeting right now to vote on a new mask ordinance. If approved, the new mandate will not have an expiration date. It'll only end when South Carolina lifts its state of emergency, or if council decides to get rid of it a little later down the road. That meeting just getting started a couple of minutes ago, so we'll let you know what they decide. Also, just wrapping up in the last couple of minutes, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster's latest update on the state's response to the pandemic. Coming out of it, he says he will be signing an executive order to get testing kits in all South Carolina schools. He also stressed if you're seeing friends and family this Thanksgiving, get tested before you head out to meet the family. He says being safe now will help us all out in the future.
But this year will be different from others. We have to be careful. We have to be smart. I repeat, we have to be careful and we have to be smart so that we can all celebrate again together next year.
Take a look at the latest COVID numbers, starting with the Palmetto State. More than 1,400 new cases today. That's up around 1,200 cases the day before. 17 more deaths reported in South Carolina.
In Georgia, more than 2,700 new cases today. That's 200 more than yesterday. There's 40 more deaths across the state and 111 more Georgians in the hospital today being treated.
Much more news ahead after we get a quick check of the weather with Chief Meteorologist.
The Salvation Army is getting ready to kick off its Red Kettle campaign this weekend. Because of COVID, the need for their services is even greater this year. But at the same time, because of COVID, less people are willing to volunteer.
As Nick Proto is reporting to us, volunteers are needed right away. And this year, there are some safe ways you can help out.
For the last 128 years, volunteers for the Salvation Army have spent the holiday season ringing bells and raising money. This year, the need is greater than ever.
We have a lot more people we're assisting this year. The Salvation Army across the country has seen almost a 40% increase in requests for assistance, and this year we need even more help.
The Salvation Army needs about 7,000 volunteer hours across 31 locations in the CSRA. So far, they only have about 900 hours covered during their most important time of the year.
Hundreds of children receive Christmas from the Salvation Army. This Center of Hope stays open because of your donations during Christmas.
Many people are worried about COVID and the high foot traffic around the Red Kettles, but McClure says the Salvation Army is taking steps to keep volunteers safe.
All of our bell ringers are required to wear a mask, and actually we are sanitizing all of our equipment before it's used and after it's being used. We're providing aprons like this for our volunteers to use so we can keep them safe.
You can also donate online or scan the QR code on signs, a feature introduced last year.
We're hoping as it picks up and as more people are aware of that and as more people are used to contactless forms of giving, that they're going to use this as an opportunity to make it a brighter season for us.
And he says while these are great, it's the volunteers who make the campaign such a success.
Volunteers help raise more money. Volunteers have a great spirit and a great Christmas holiday atmosphere they bring to them, so we need your help this year to volunteer.
In Augusta, Nick Proto, on your side.
The campaign will officially kick off Saturday, so be sure to look for those bell ringers at our local Walmarts and do make those buckets fill up. The Salvation Army is also holding a Red Kettle concert next month. That's coming up December 14th. That will be virtual, just as another way to raise money for those in need this holiday season. If you want to know more about all this, we have all the information for you on the website, wrdw.com.
And it's starting to feel like the holiday season around here. Sacred Heart Cultural Center hosting its annual holiday market today. This year they held it in the center's Great Hall and set up the gift shop to allow for more space and social distancing. But as you can see, plenty to shop for, gifts, artwork, homemade goods, baked goods. Organizers say it's nice to give people something fun to do this time of year.
I think people are really eager to find fun activities to do that have their safety in mind and to have a sense of normalcy as we move into the holiday season. So I think this is a great way to do it.
And that market is a wrap, but if you're still looking for some good holiday shopping, you can shop late and local in downtown Aiken for their holiday open house. A lot of stores open there. They're staying open until 8 tonight, so pop in. They do ask that you wear a mask.
We have an update for you on that crash on I-20 we mentioned. 2 lanes are now back open on the westbound side at Washington Road. The other 2 lanes still shut down after this accident involving 3 cars and a truck. All lanes are expected to be cleared around 7 o'clock tonight, but as of right now, 2 are still shut down, so it's slow going westbound on I-20 near Washington Road. We will keep you updated. Time to check in now with